Hey guys, so this is going to be update, I believe 11. So we're going to start out here in AnyRail 6. That's the program I'm using. I paid for it, but if you want it, look up AnyRail 6 and you can do a trial with at least 50 pieces so you can kind of see how it works and whatnot. Anyway, on to the layout changes. So if you recall from the last layout or last update, I was going to be changing up this area right here to be the SoCal Edison facility, and this is pretty much the layout the track layout as it stands right now. Remember, I used to just have one spur that kind of came off here. Well, we've kind of elongated it all the way to the end here, put in this Pico turnout right here, and then we've got it coming back around over here over to the side. I was thinking about adding a little bit more bench work, but I'm not sure about that yet. I think I've got enough room here to kind of model what I want to model, and we're going to take a look at that in just 1 second here. But yeah, that's the major change here. And then along on other changes I've done, we'll take a look at those once we go over to the layout here in a sec. Got a lot of ballasting done in this whole area. Almost, I'm going to say like 90% of the layout is now ballasted with the exception of this sort of side run out over here. Just got to figure out what I'm going to do with that exactly. So let's pop over to some pictures, and I'm going to show you a few pictures for the layout here. This is just some idea pictures from the area. You can see there's some, standard looking businesses, industries. But this is a kind of track running really low to the ground. That's why I put it directly on the foam board, and I did not use cork underneath any of my track, because generally that's pretty much what everything looks like. Just a street view in one of the areas. You can see the track down here in the corner. Here's some more industry with the track running in between them. Gonna have an in and out. It's Southern California, got to have an in and out there with the crossed palm trees. I don't remember exactly where this one, Anaheim, this one is, but we're gonna model a. I'm guess I'm gonna have to scratch build an in and out. So we'll see how that goes. Here's our Huntington Beach reliable wholesale lumber yard. That's still in flux. I'm not quite sure if that's what I'm going to have there at the end, but this is the end of the line here in Huntington Beach, and that's kind of what it looks like. So right now I'm going to be really focusing in on the SoCal Edison and this guy here, Royal Plywood. You can see that I've already got the building sort of built there, at least scratch built, my first attempt. But it fits in nicely in the size layout that I have there. And here is SoCal Edison. Now this is a little trickery that I've done here. I've actually flipped this. So this is an actual reverse of the original picture. So everything's kind of backwards here for the letters and stuff. But so picture us sitting basically right here where my cursor is, looking out at the area here. So I kind of, here's the spur coming in, kind of flipped it around so it's sort of matched. Now obviously we've only got this one coming down here, and then it splits off, it goes into a building here, and then it backs up into this building. So that's what I could fit on the layout. But it's got some nice stuff here. We're going to model, a lot of this is going to be paved, I think, in that area. We'll have a building on this side. Not sure if we'll have two of them, but I want to include like the gantry crane and the pavement, sort of concrete and markings and all that. So I think that'll be really interesting. Here we go for Shasta Beverage. Tanker cars coming in here, pretty straightforward. And here's another one. This is actually the Terrazzo marble place. Pretty generic. I think this is, I could scratch build this. If anybody can scratch build this thing. It's just a box, right, with the spur coming in there. Same thing for United Polymer, and these are all these two are basically just going to be the facades. So it's pretty easy to model this stuff. A couple palm trees here and there. This is an actual picture of the yard, I believe, in Anaheim, small Union Pacific yard. So you can see a couple locomotives back there. I was actually going to have this as I go over to rail. That was actually going to be this section right over here before I added the entire rail yard here. I was going to sort of model that in this corner, but not anymore. We've got the whole yard over here at Los Nitos. So get rid of that. Here's the Van Skate Park in Huntington Beach. I was thinking about modeling that, but don't have enough room, so we're going to exclude that. It's actually behind the Vans building. It's down the side of the rail over here. But I really want to model this building. It's actually interesting that I was there a couple weeks ago and got a t-shirt, checking to see if I'm wearing the same t-shirt I bought there. It's an interesting building because it's actually made out of like connexes. If you look, just kind of all stacked on top of each other, and the line runs right alongside it. So I'm going to model that, and I think that's the last picture I've got here. So let's pop over to the layout and show you what I've got. All right, guys, so here we are, and we're looking at that section for Southern California Edison, thinking about putting this whole thing is going to be paved. We're going to have a building over on this end, maybe the gantry in front of it right there, maybe another section of a building here. I'm not quite sure, but that is actually going to end right there. And I know I've got this this other spur coming off here. This is modeling, well, Stanton, and this is going to be my junkyard. We're going to have a road that runs right between here, coming across this way like my arm, and yeah, so it'll separate the two here. And then this is actually going to be, I think it was C&R or CR&R Recycling. It's now going to be renamed to Sanford & Sons Junkyard. And you can see we've already got one nicely weathered gondola over here. Weathered that myself just the other day. I think it came out pretty good. I'll have to do a video on how I do the weathering. And as you can see, got ballast pretty much in everything. Ballast ends over here for the going into the yard. This is sort of the imaginary track that doesn't exist. So that's the main line that runs all the way down into Huntington Beach. This is really more of an extension of the yard, right? That comes around here, so I can work the yard and bring cars back and forth here, backing in and out and whatnot. And it allows me to have a loop that runs all the way around just for the heck of it, because sometimes that's what I want to do. I just want to run stuff around. So like I said before, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. This is sort of like coming out of the yard and heading all the way down from, you know, South LA into, you know, out of the yard and then into Orange County. So I might do something here. The track is a little close to the side here. It's just the way it came out with trying to keep the curves as smooth as I could. I might put a little bit of an extension over here before I put the, you know, a fascia. And I am thinking of doing sort of a backboard on here. Not fascia, but the backboard over here with a little bit of scenery or something like that. But I think this is the only section I have left to ballast. Thank goodness, because I hate ballasting. Here's a couple more cars just hanging out. This one I also weathered recently. Hopefully that's coming in nice and clear. And I've been kind of rotating cars through to get them weathered. I've got like, I think 4 or 5 of them done. Here's our lumber yard again, or sorry, the plywood yard, right? Royal Plywood. And one of my original cars that I weathered a long time ago, sitting right there. But everything else is ballasted and ready to roll. I haven't checked the track yet. I was actually out here cleaning out the turnouts to make sure that they all work. This one's still a little wonky. Need to get some cleaning done on there. The interesting part is you might say, wow, there looks like that's a lot of ballast in there. And it actually is. The track had to be kind of brought up a little bit because I do have a leg back there somewhere, right there. But this section just out of the natural bowing of the bench work right here was down a little bit, and so any car that was over here would kind of start rolling a little bit. So what I did was, instead of trying to fix the benched work, and that would kind of screw up the other ends, I just kind of lifted this up anyway. And this is all going to get, again, this is going to be SoCal Edison. This is all going to get paved over. So really, I only put ballast in here just to get the track, you know, solidified and stuck onto the board. All of this got ballasted last night, and like I said, I'm going to be testing out the turnouts and the trains, everything from like right here, all of this, all the way over to right here got ballasted. That was one of the last big pieces there. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you hate it, love it. Either way, and appreciate the thumbs up there too. Thanks, guys. Till next time, I'll sign off for now. That was update 11. Take care.